Hello everyone and welcome to the Weekly Rewind presented by Attractions Magazine. This episode is for Friday, June 10th, 2016. I am your host, Banks Lee. As always, we're going to take a look back at the past 7 days of our Twitter feed at Attractions. So let's get started last Friday on June 3rd. Over at Universal Orlando, this is the first day they started handing out plastic passes to their Universal Orlando annual pass members. Now, that's been paper for quite a few years now, and paper really deteriorated quickly and faded out, and we had to go and you get them exchanged for new versions quite often. But now with these plastic passes, this is finally all the major parks in Orlando now offer plastic passes. Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland, and Busch Gardens, all you can get plastic passes in some way there, but only if you're an annual pass holder at Universal. This past week was a big one for SeaWorld with Mako opening up, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But here on June 4th, we shared this photo of a pass member lanyard and pin set that is available for pass members over there at SeaWorld. June 5th, we shared this photo of some churro props that are on sale over at Universal Orlando. They look like real churros, but they're just props. They are fake, of course. They were used at some point somewhere around Universal Orlando. If you actually head to our Instagram at instagram.com/attractionsmagazine and look for this photo, tag a friend of yours on Instagram in the comments, and you'll be entered to win a prop churro. The contest ends on Sunday, June 12th at midnight, and the winner will be drawn on Monday. So head over there to our Instagram and good luck. June 6th, over at Islands of Adventure, the walls finally came down in front of Skull Island Reign of Kong. As you can see right here, this is the entrance to the ride. Though the ride didn't soft open on that day, it did soft open later in the week, and we'll touch a little bit on that here in a little bit. Right here, as you can see, a panoramic view of Skull Island from the Jurassic Park area of Islands. Cool little detail of the entrance sign for Skull Island here. We oversaturated this photo, and you can really see the handprints that were used to make the sign. Now, I'm not talking about the handprints of like the sculptors and the construction workers, but in terms of the story, these are the handprints of the natives. I think that's a really cool little detail. This is also our first look at the warning sign for Reign of Kong. As you can see in the warning sign, that it does say that parental discretion is advised. And let me tell you from experience, it definitely is advised. If you're a parent, it's a low height requirement for the ride. So there will be some kids going into the ride, and there are some scary elements, especially in the queue. So just be advised that your kids may get a little scared. Moving on to June 8th, we were over at SeaWorld Orlando that night for a special pass member party for Mako. The Mako didn't officially open until today, June 10th, but they had some special preview parties for a select number of annual pass holders that got a ticket, and this is a look at the Mako flying over the lagoon there at SeaWorld with the sunset behind there. This is going to be a great photo op in the future for a lot of people. Guy Harvey was also at the pass member event, and he's also been at SeaWorld for the past couple days, meeting fans and signing autographs of some of his artwork that he has donated for sale in the park. He also painted that mural that you can see there behind him. June 9th, we were back at SeaWorld filming our segment for next week's episode of the show. That's Elliot there reporting. He has a bit of a fear of roller coasters, so naturally we asked him to ride Mako for us. It's going to be a really funny video. You can see a teaser of it on our Facebook and Twitter, and you'll see the full segment next Thursday on the show. Big news on June 9th, Halloween Horror Nights 26. It's been revealed the icon this year will be Chance. You may remember Chance as Jack's girlfriend / sidekick from a few previous years, including last year at Halloween Horror Nights 25, and this year the event's all her own. So I'm very excited to see where they go with this. She's an awesome character, very funny and scary. Back over at SeaWorld, if you're a pass member, you go inside the pass member lounge, and with the free Coke Freestyle machine, you can get a new flavor they have in celebration of the new coaster, Mako Blast. Also on June 9th, Marvel announced that a new Disney Kingdoms comic book is coming out soon, based all around the Enchanted Tiki Room. And that evening on June 9th, as I was talking about earlier, Skull Island Reign of Kong officially opened for the first time, or I should say soft opened for guests for the first time. I got to go in there, ride it twice that night. I really enjoyed it. It's not the best ride at Universal, but it is a solid addition to Islands of Adventure. I will definitely be making a lot more expeditions to Skull Island in the future. If you've been on King Kong 360 at Universal in Hollywood, it's basically that, just plussed big time. It's kind of the same ride film at one point, but the rest of the ride, from the minute you step in the queue to the exit, fully immersive, wonderful details, scenes, and scares. You gotta experience this ride once it officially opens. No official date is open yet, but you can go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/attractionsmagazine to see Inside the Queue. And speaking of Inside the Queue, here is a look at the witch animatronic that you can find inside the queue. She does a lot of chants. You can't really understand what she's saying, but these chants kind of start other chants from tribal members, and it's pretty freaky. So, like I said, parental discretion is advised for this queue especially. And that's going to do it this week for the Weekly Rewind. Be sure to tune into the show from this past week. We were over at the Hard Rock Hotel for the Kitchen Challenge that I took part in, as well as Legoland Florida for some new additions over there. And as I talked about earlier, be sure to tune into next week's show to see our full report on Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. And until next week, guys, have fun. We'll see you later.